Gymnastics in the United States, you might remember, got a real shot in the arm after the 1984 team won Olympic gold in Los Angeles. But like the Lake Placid hockey victory, it's proven to be a difficult cross to bear. Kurt Thomas has more.
John Roethlisberger is the backbone of this year's men's gymnastics team. But with the 1996 Olympics less than a year away, will the United States have a spot in those games?
I've been talking a lot of the men who know the situation, and I was in Dortmund last year as the coach of, the 9th place team, which, a lot of people think wasn't very good. And I know that it was pretty much what we were capable of. Again, it was in that range of 5th to 10th. As far as qualifying for the Olympics, we've got a problem. I don't think we can be in the top 6 in the World Championships this year. And then there are 7 teams that are going to be between 7th place and 13th place, and we're in that group. And I think those teams are very even. So, yeah, we should definitely qualify, and I believe we will, but, it's not a given.
We got to be in the top 12, and I think we will be in the top 12. I want to go into that meet and say, let's get in the top 6. If you're in the top 6, you're in a stone's throw from a medal, and that's where we need to be, that's where we should be, and that's where I want to have the confidence in our team going in there that, we can do that. We hit our stuff, we take care of our business, and we could be right in the game.
So I watched the tape with Casey Bryan a couple of days ago of the World Championships last year, and I think we look a lot better. We look more solid, more strong than last year, and I think we're ready to go and do as well as we did in 1991, top 6.
I don't think there's a fear of not making the Olympics. I think that we have a very strong team. There is a great number of countries that can compare to the United States, but I think last year, we caught a bad draw. There are a lot of difficulties that we had to overcome to place 9th, and I just think that we're going to have a more experienced team, that we're going to send a more experienced team to Japan, and I don't think that we're afraid of not making the Olympics.
This country has just as much talent as any other country in the world. The work ethic is important, and I think that it's in place. There also needs to be a direction. And I think that now that we have an Olympic coach, that we can move forward with it.
The United States has taken positive steps towards assuring that the men will compete in Atlanta.
We're a lot better than people think we are. We have to be a little more consistent in international events. We've had trouble with that in the past. And I think in Sabai, though, we're going to have a very consistent performance, and our program right now is working well. One of the problems we've had is we've only had a couple of years to work on it. We went through a 10-year period where we really weren't doing progressive things. We've changed that, and we're going to forge ahead.
I feel, as a former athlete and a coach now, that the most important ingredient to anyone's success is to believe in themselves and believe that the miracle can happen. If you don't think it can happen, there's absolutely no way it can. And most of the reason for that is because if you don't believe that it is possible, then there's no way you'd work hard enough for it to come about.
I think it's a crucial move that USA Gymnastics has picked their Olympic coach 1 year in advance to the Olympics in Atlanta. I think that that is the person who's going to move the direction of gymnastics out of its stagnant state and on to something bigger and better.
Negative criticism has brought the sport of gymnastics under the microscope.
We're clean-cut guys, and we work hard at our sport, and we love our sport, and we don't create controversy. We're not gonna. And as soon as America starts grasping onto those types of athletes, I think, that might be the area that we gain a little limelight. I can't say enough about the girls. I think the girls are tremendous. I look at the girls and I try to learn from the girls. They're tremendous athletes. They work very, very hard. They work harder than most of the guys out on the floor. And they deserve absolutely everything they get. I admire them. My sister was on the '84 Olympic team, and she has been growing up, she was my idol. She was always my idol. And I think I just adore the girls. They're tremendous athletes, and I try to, in many ways, I try to model myself as much as I can after them. They're machines.
I think we can do good in Atlanta. We need to be positive about what we're doing. We need to have pride in what we're doing, and we need to know that our guys are expected to hit every routine. And we expect that as coaches. It's not something that's left up to chance. They're going to hit their routines in the Olympics, and we're going to make that happen. And if we do that, and if everyone hits their routines, I think we'll all be surprised at our finish.
The problem with men's gymnastics in the recent past has been inconsistency internationally. At this point, we're making some positive steps by sending the team over early, 3 weeks early. We're also bringing in Peter Corman and Tim Daggett as coaches, and I think this will make a real positive impact on the team.